Hey, what's up guys? It's Hypernova. Now, today I'm going to be showing you how me and Relapse were able to get 15 wins in the CRL challenge. Now, first, I'm going to say that we were originally trying one of CWA's graveyard combos, but that wasn't really working, and we went to 2, so we switched up the deck, and I used the original graveyard, and Relapse switched to his P.E.K.K.A deck that he loves, and then we just kept on winning until we got 15. And now I'm going to be going in and showing you all the gameplay. Note that we were not even using voice during this, so you should be able to get easy wins with this. And I'm going to go in and show you the gameplay. Okay, so first off, we're just going to be waiting, and the idea of this deck is to just defend and have a good counter push, and usually just attack them when you know they don't have a counter for your push, or you could just there are multiple ways you could take down towers with this deck, but the most common one is with the miner, poison, and graveyard combo, because the miner is like a second tank for the graveyard along with the other ones, and it's really effective at taking down towers, especially if they don't have a counter in their hands. And even then, with the Night Witch, it's as poison bait, they're gonna have to choose what to use their aerial splash against, and if they poison the yard, the Night Witch will be able to rain free. If they use it on the Night Witch, then the yard will. So it's a great combination to have the Night Witch with the graveyard, and it generally works really well. So as you can see at the beginning, me and Relapse are just generally getting a feel for our opponent's decks. Generally a good tactic. And we're also just soaking some Dark Goblin shots, because we know that they're not going to be attacking the other lane, because our other side is much weaker and a better option to attack. Also, huge shout out to Relapse. He's an amazing player. Really skilled. But huge shout out to him for helping me get 15 wins first try. Anyway, you oftentimes want to poison in troops like wizards and other things like that, and to deal some chip damage to the tower, and just slowly chip away at the enemy. And here you will see the Graveyard Night Witch combination. In the Night Witch, generally he can tank and do damage to the tower, and the bats in combination with the skeletons just do work. And just like that, with our our second or third graveyard, we're able to take out the tower pretty easily, and that was a pretty easy win. And here is the game that will get us to 14 wins. And we're just starting off. Another Goblin Barrel. Goblin Barrels are generally really popular in this challenge, so you should be ready to deal with them. And it's highly recommended that you use voice chat, though it is not necessary. Use Mire Poison for buildings, because when you use poison with a miner, there's double the chance that there will be a troop who placed down for the miner as normal. Well, because, logic, it's 2v2. There's more likely to have one of the two people place it down than just one of them. So, and just remember to use your poisons and other spells very effectively because they get double the value, and that is very helpful. Also, make sure to use when using this combo, make sure to use only one poison for each situation, and have your partner save them. Now, as you can see, we're going up against Hunt Spam, and this deck is really good against it simply because it's got 2 poisons and a lot of units that just generally do good against it. And you're going to see Relapse pulls out his Magic Archer to take out the Furnace and do more work to the spawn troops. You see there, we just dropped down a bunch of units for that. We're not using our graveyard because there's too many units on the field right now to use it effectively. So you see what we do is we're just defending and then counterattacking and just slowly chipping away with our poisons. And that generally is a strategy that works really well if you can defend effectively. And in this case, we could. I messed up that that log because it was a bit late and in the wrong place. It's probably because I saw the shadow of the second barrel. Oh, and you see this with that graveyard and poison combo with the miner, we easily are able to take out our opponent's towers, and all we have to do is defend for 10 more seconds, and that's pretty easy with a log and a P.E.K.K.A. This deck is really good at counter pushing and defense. And guys, here is the final game that got us to 15 wins. We went on a 13-0 streak with this deck combination. Well, right now we're generally just waiting to see. Also, when you place a miner, it's pretty safe to do like a prediction log or something because, again, it's more likely to get damage done. Our opponents go in with really aggressively, and we're able to defend that pretty easily and get some decent damage onto our opponent's tower. So you can see, generally at the beginning of the match, you generally play pretty passively until you get an opportunity to push. Like if you just defended a huge push and got a lot of your remaining troops left, you oftentimes want a graveyard and poison there, or even do miner with it to add a second tank to it. As you can see, we just go in, get a feel for their defense. Relapse gets a poison down, and even though it wasn't a great poison, we're still able to get a decent amount of damage on our enemy's towers. And just pay attention to how we defend these pushes and how we use our miner and graveyard. This deck is generally really solid when it comes to offense and really good when it comes to defensive plays. When having 2 poisons, it's really easy to get at great value with your spells. And again, we're just chipping away with miner and poison. And Relapse decides to zap right there. And you see this giant push is coming right at us. But it's not really an issue because the defensive capabilities of this deck is just crazy. Yeah, and it was a pretty simple defense. and these guys are just being really aggressive right now, and you see, because of that, we're gonna punish them with a graveyard miner combo, along with a poison, and that's gonna be an easy tower for us, and we still basically got 2 nearly full health towers, and all we need to do is just throw our logs in, take out all those troops, and that's an easy win for me and Relapse. If you're curious what we got in our 2 legendaries, we both got 2 lava hounds in it. And as you can see, I definitely got a lot more gold. Really happy about that. If you're curious about, just again, for the deck combo, I'm going to leave this up on the screen for you guys to copy. Okay, that should be long enough if you paused your video. I wish you all luck in the 2v2 challenge, and hope you enjoyed the video.